Every time, I swear. Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to the lovely little hamlet of Willow Bluff in central Minnesota, where nothing weird happens, except it is the setting for many of our spooky games. And we are revisiting the horrible, horrible teenagers of Pioneer Academy Pep Club. Horrible teenagers, introduce yourselves. How about you, Kim?
Hi,
Shut
I'm
up,
Andy
Kim.
Tuplo. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to Kim being a terrible person, part 2. Yeah, Kim is the Infernal, has basically sold her soul to a higher power and uses those powers to recruit other people and maybe got confused and thought it was ritual sacrifice. It's not. But oops. Yep. Kim is awful, terrible, and a rotten teenager.
Well, thank goodness
How
there were no lasting consequences for your little mistake in understanding what the rules were.
Definitely haven't gotten 2 people killed.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Well, one of them's alive technically.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have a soul
Just not on the inside.
anymore.
Uh,
Yeah.
hey, speaking of Kim's victims, Ada.
Hi, I'm Misha underscore lesson 3. I'm playing Ada. She's a ghost because she was murdered by Kim in some sort of ritual sacrifice that wasn't necessary and didn't do anything. Really kind of put a whole damper on the end of the school year last year. She's been, flitting around, being worried about everything, super anxious. Her former best friend from middle school's missing, and at this point still missing, probably because Sasha the Vampire Slayer didn't do anything about it. But she's been hanging out with Kim and Ava because what else is she going to do? They're the only ones who know she's a ghost, and they'll probably help her out. Probably.
Maybe. I mean, Eva's super helpful, very altruistic, right?
I still think we should try to kill Kimberly and see if that maybe gets rid of the connection. Ada's a little worried that, maybe that might kill her too, but I think it's worth the chance. And she's really just has to stop being so negative all the time.
I mean, I
but
don't
yeah,
have to worry about my character sheet if I just make a new character.
right, yeah. I'm SJ underscore sidekick. I'm playing Eva, who is a vampire. She was born a vampire, so she technically still has a soul, but has free will. Luckily, she was spared by Sasha the Vampire Slayer, despite Ada telling her who Eva was and all the rest of us. So there is a Slayer that happens to know who I am and what I am and what all of us are as well. But survived. She made her promise not to kill me, and she slayed all my little minions that I made through no fault of my own because there was a bunch of dragon blood in the water, and that's not my fault. And it made me go, a little hangry, and I may have turned 1 or 2 or 8 something teenagers into little vampire minions. Again, not my fault. But the problem's taken care of now, so it's fine. And I'm still on the look for a familiar, because Kimberly's being really selfish with Mia, and it is a ghost. Also Kim's fault. So yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I have so much experience because whenever I feed on somebody for the first time, I get to mark experience, and I fed on so many teenagers for the first time, so it's fun.
Yeah. Sure. Hey, Kim, how are things going with Mia?
They're going great. She's like super willing to do anything, basically, all the time. She's super open to suggestion, which is great for me personally. So yeah, we're still steady. Made it through the summer. We're doing great. We just still have to break up our parents.
Yeah. Cut to you and Mia hanging out in your room, and she's just standing there. and you're trying to engage her in conversation, and she's just standing there, and she's not looking at you. And then you say, "Look at me," and then she just kind of looks at you. It's, I would say, maybe this is just part of Kim growing up. Sometimes the things that we think are what we want turn out to be really, really boring and awful. Having a ostensibly living, breathing Barbie doll gets tired real quick. But I would say I believe that anytime anyone asks how things are going, that's the story that Kim tells them.
Well, yeah, I have an image to keep.
Right. Speaking of images, so Eva, your house burned down.
It did, yeah.
All your stuff got burnt up.
It
You
did.
created a coven of vampires who immediately started disrespecting you and then promptly were just
And-
curb stomped by a vampire slayer.
I wanted that to happen, but yes.
Your dad got all weird and went to Montreal, I think.
He did, which is why it's also not my fault.
Right. So when he came back after the compulsion faded, how do you think your summer went with the kind of clear-headed assessment of your performance in turning a bunch of your classmates and then letting them be destroyed and having your identity found out, and therefore his identity found out by one of the chosen ones?
Again, not my fault. And so he left, and he can't really blame me because he was also under the influence and all that stuff. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, your
But
dad
it's not
is
like he fixed
definitely reasonable, right?
you know, I am his only daughter. And sometimes batting of the eyelashes works better than sometimes. Look, it fixed itself, so it got better once the vampires were gone. It got worse with the whole vampire slayer chosen one knowing who we are. And I did leave out that it was Ada's fault because then Ada would not be here anymore. Really, I tried to make it his fault as much as possible because it kind of is. He's the adult and
Yeah.
like the super powerful vampire. So
Yeah. He definitely takes full responsibility and apologizes to you. So, and Ada, well, you made a new friend, your ghoul friend, Larissa.
Yeah, my cool friend Larissa, who lives in the well near, our house on the outskirts of town. She's cool. She comes over sometimes. She's kind of gotten into a hibernation mode though,
Mhm.
so she might wake up in time for school. Maybe.
we gotta find that videotape first.
What videotape?
The VHS tape so that she can wake up.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
From crawling
No.
out of the TV
Right.
screen.
Yeah. So, how has the afterlife been treating Ada?
Like, it's fine, except for it's hard to change clothes because then you have to concentrate on being solid. That's hard. So that's a problem. And we tried going on a road trip this summer, and it felt really bad when I got away from town and I made my dad turn around and drive back. So that's probably not great.
Yeah.
Still thinking about that one.
And then there was that time Kim went down to the cities.
Yeah, and
And
I
you found
also went down to the city.
Yeah, you just found yourself
Like,
dragged that direction.
a
So
couple
weird.
miles behind her car. I just had to just be incorporeal and kind of sit and go through the highway. It was weird.
Yeah. BFF. Well, speaking of friends, you also made a number of friends and acquaintances with the disturbed spirits out at the old asylum. Have you been hanging out with them? Getting tips
No,
for...
they're scary.
They're
They're scary though. I'm not scary, but they're super scary.
Oh, okay. So you haven't
They're
been
real
picking
weird.
up any tips.
No,
Okay.
no tips.
Well, that's unfortunate. They have a lot to teach you, especially the cook. But anyway, cool. So things have gone. So this summer, I was just like any other summer. Eva was for sure grounded. Kim has been going slowly crazy because our girlfriend is an automaton. And Ada is being pulled along with everything that Kim does to try to distract herself. So that's great. So, but hey, you know, new year. You got new freshmen to harass. You've got, you know, seniors that you didn't like are gone. So, and you're one step closer to graduating and going to college.
New
Oh.
freshman means new prospects for familiars.
Well, and before, I mean, it appears that with all of the other things that were going on at the end of last year, Ms. Vermillion did in fact file the paperwork to establish the Pioneer Academy Pep Club with you and a few others as founding members. So you have expectations with regard to performing your duties to improve school spirit and unity. So how are you going to do that?
It would look good on college applications. I guess we'll keep doing it.
Yeah, like we have to probably set up a meeting or two, like to do the pep club stuff. Like maybe meet and recruit new members. Like from
Sounds
the
good. You
incoming
get on
class.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
do
you
that.
should arrange for us to do like a big assembly for,
And
you know,
and
the beginning of the year, you know.
Yeah,
'cause
you'll
you
Like
also
a
have to make
whole
all the
assembly?
decorations and everything, and maybe some activities like a relay race or something between the different
Like a-
classes and all that.
yeah, like like
Okay,
pit
like
the grades against each other,
a
but then
relay
rig it
race.
so that the seniors win because the
Or
teachers get mad if
juniors,
they
you know.
don't.
You think it's unfair to just make the seniors win?
The seniors
we-
always win because the teachers are
Yeah,
like, "Oh, it's our
anytime
last year,
Are
they
we
need to have
juniors
you
or
guys."
seniors?
We're
we're
juniors.
juniors.
We're juniors. Why
like-
can't we rig it so we win?
See, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, we can.
Because every time they're always going to win the like little loud competition where they're seeing who cheers the loudest. No matter what, the teachers always say that they win, even when they're definitely not the loudest. But we can definitely win a relay race or whatever.
Aren't we doing all this kind of stuff for homecoming? Isn't like there a homecoming committee?
Well, we can like.
Well, we'll need a homecoming pep rally thing.
Yeah, you gotta boost morale for
before the homecoming game.
Yeah.
Well, homecoming game. Now, how do
we'll have to work with the
forms
homecoming. You're gonna need to reach out to the homecoming committee though,
Mm-hmm.
and work with them.
Who's
So
on the
yeah, if you
homecoming
could do that, you'll have to figure that out.
Oh. Are you guys going to homecoming?
Yeah, me and me are definitely going.
Oh yeah. Did you guys have a good summer? She's doing all right, right?
She's just great. She's so wonderful. I'm just so happy that we're together.
Is it
Yeah,
the
from what
only
I've
way
seen, she spends a lot
anybody
of
would
time just
ever
kind
be
of
with her?
Exactly. From what I've seen, she just kind of stands around your room, but you know.
Yeah, she's into this like weird Buddhist meditation type thing where she just stands in a trance-like state for like 12 hours at a time. And then she goes to bed for 12 hours.
That's what we're going with.
Yeah. I'm not gonna judge.
Oh, we are.
You do have
We
to do
are a
all of
little bit.
Mia's homework because she's not capable at the moment.
Yeah. It's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, shouldn't she be helping us with this?
She is
That was a joke.
preoccupied.
You're standing in the hallway at school. There's a thud from inside Kim's locker.
Yeah.
You look and there's some blonde hair sticking out. And you just see a little eyeball looking through the grate.
Anyways, moving on. Yeah, talk to the homecoming committee. We got to get some pep rallies scheduled, and really need to boost recruitments for the VIP pep club so that we can get donations to keep the pep club going, so that we can do more activities.
We don't even have enough people for the regular pep club. What?
Well, but if you put
point
VIP
is
in front of it,
VIP?
then it makes people more excited. We could get
The
like
people that should
merch.
be VIPs are us.
No, we need more VIPs.
Why do we need more VIPs?
Because we're like the founding members. Like that's
Yeah.
already a title in and of
That's
itself.
exactly where.
So if you make a
founding member is
secondary
very
category
important.
that's like right below us, and then that's the VIPs, because if you appeal to people who want titles, then they'll join and they'll give us money. We should get
But
like
what benefits do they
stickers,
get?
and then we can give them stickers for joining so that they feel important.
Don't write that down, Ada.
No, write that down, Ada.
Sorry.
Don't.
Writes it down, crosses it out a few
Focus it.
times.
We're focusing on the other stuff, not this stupid VIP stuff that'll mean nothing. Nobody's gonna grade us
Well,
or
of
give us
course it
credit for
doesn't
having
mean
a
anything.
VIP pep club.
It's just to make people feel important. Anyways.
Is this why
Sounds
you
like
gave
extra
me
work
this
for no
best
reason.
assistant sticker?
Oh, it's because you're the best assistant.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
So
What did we talk about, Ada,
guess,
with accepting things from Kimberly?
don't accept things from Kim because she'll stab you.
I
Write that
already
down.
did that. I can't do it
Okay.
again.
You already tried again, Kim.
Yeah, and it didn't work.
Yeah, I know.
Look, I'm sorry. It was a very stressful situation.
It
One
was a
second,
stressful
I was
situation.
there with Mia, and then Mia was gone, and then I had a knife, and then you kind of scared me, and then I just reacted, and you know.
We need to work on your reaction. Like, why is that your go-to reaction to stab somebody?
You know, I don't know. I think I might have violent tendencies.
Oh wow, violent tendencies. Writing that down. Kim.
My
violent
therapist says I'm a sociopath.
tendencies.
Yeah, have you seen a school counselor? Seriously.
So,
Eh.
it's only a few minutes to class, and you've been standing here outside Kim's locker. So you probably ought to get to your own lockers and get your stuff and get to class, don't you think?
Yeah, if I'm late and
Yes.
get in trouble, my dad will kill me. I'm still on thin ice.
Yeah, I gotta get Mia to class too.
Gotta unfold her from your locker.
Yeah, from the locker. Wait for hallways to empty. We're constantly late.
Cool. Well, I mean, this is a small preparatory school, so it's not like you have far to go. We cut to a 3-panel as Kim is, trying, like, you eventually have to just manhandle Mia out because the instructions are rather complicated and she's not capable of following anything but the most simple instructions. And then we see Ada maybe a little bit perturbed from the conversation and yet another reminder of the source of your unresolved trauma. Eva thinking about, I really do need to find a way to get on more solid footing because your father has been watching like a hawk and is expecting detailed reports and things like that. So you're all a little bit preoccupied. And then we see something fall out of Kim's locker as Eva kind of opens her locker and we see a look of like, you smell something with your preternatural senses. Ada, you just see something sitting inside your locker. And so simultaneously, you all pull out an envelope with a rose tied with a ribbon.
Another secret admirer. I bet this is an invite to homecoming.
It is a black rose.
I mean, that's way more my aesthetic anyways.
The envelope is glossy and black.
Fancy.
Yes.
Well, I'm not going to open it here where people can see me and my reaction, because then whoever this is might come up to me. So I'm going to go open it somewhere else.
Oh,
It just
it's a
makes it
letter.
awkward if like the
No, a
dude is
letter.
watching me.
Yeah. I would like all three of you to keep your cool.
Ooh, I'm not good at that.
Oh, I am good at that apparently.
Oh, I'm really bad at that.
Well, it's going to be really hard because I chose really tiny dice.
Oh, there you go. So that's like a 13 or something, right?
5, 6. So, yes.
Cool. So you keep your cool and get an
an-
insight.
I got an 8.
I got an
Oh.
experience.
Perfect.
I got a 4.
Perfect. So, it's just, I'm taking liberties with the move a little bit. Let's start with Eva. You go, you maybe cut into the girls' room, into somewhere where people can't see you.
I probably just, as long as I'm walking away, that way someone can't just stand there.
Yeah. You open it up and it is very much a very kind of vaguely friendly message, like, welcome back. Hope this year is even better than the last. Hope to get to know you better. Like, it's not even like, you probably have gotten some secret admirer notes before that are very,
Obviously.
This is almost professional, right? It doesn't take liberties. It's not overly familiar. If it weren't in some sort of glossy black with a rose, it would seem very kind of friendly at most. But you can ask me a question about the situation.
Does it look like male handwriting or female handwriting? Like, is it very neat is it handwritten, first of all?
Yes.
And is it like very neat, nice handwriting? Or is it like, middle school boy handwriting where it's like chicken scratch,
No, it's very, I will say you can't tell from the handwriting, but the handwriting is very precise. It's not scrawled, like someone clearly took their time. It's not like swirly and cursive or whatever, but I would say the insight you get is this is a person who was thinking about what they were writing and took their time. Because you're curious, I will say that smell that kind of alerted you to the presence of something foreign in your locker lingers on the paper. So we probably see, you're kind of sniffing the areas where the person would have held it. It doesn't affect you per se, but the smell is intriguing.
It's like a really nice cologne or perfume.
No, it doesn't seem artificial at all. You don't know quite what it is. You can't quite place it, but it's not, it doesn't elicit hunger precisely, but it's similar. That's a similar feeling kind of right below your belly button. as if something kind of moved inside you a little bit.
And is anybody around, like, watching me try to grab this letter out?
Not that you. I mean, a few
Because my
people.
first instinct is, if someone leaves a letter in the locker, someone's probably just gonna, try to make sure they got it or see what their reaction was. So I'm just looking to see if anybody was watching me.
Nope. Nope. Not that you can see. Ada. So you kept your cool. But I'm going to say you are vulnerable to this. I'm going to flip it around and say you're vulnerable, but just decide how you react, and you don't have to react in any particular way. So you're internally vulnerable, but you don't have to accept the plot string, if you will. Your note is very similar, but you begin to read it and it's almost like it goes out of focus. You get the meaning, but like as soon as you look away, like you don't really remember the exact words, but the meaning is very present to you. Almost like it's something someone told you that you don't remember exactly the words, but you remember the sentiment. And that sentiment is that you are seen, that it is most people don't notice, and even the people who are close to you don't appreciate you the way that you should be appreciated. But this person sees you.
I am seen. I am valid.
Basically,
I was
yeah.
stabbed, and that's okay.
Right. And there's no offer as in like, oh, let me meet for coffee or whatever. It's purely I wanted you to know that not everyone looks through you.
Shame I can't remember the exact wording.
Well,
That's
and you
pretty
can
funny.
you can pick
Yeah,
the piece of paper back up and see the exact wording, but it has that same effect of you just kind of fade out a little bit. It's like a wistful feeling where you could just kind of linger on the individual words and then just kind of get washed away in this very pink kind of floaty feeling.
You can see the anime roses appearing in the background around.
And anyone
Anyway.
passing by would notice that Ada is about 2 inches off the floor. Maybe there's a little bit more color to your ectoplasmic manifestation as a result. Kim. It's like that, but times a million. And it is, shall we say, raw. It is, again, the message, the words themselves are in the vein of, people say all kinds of things about people. I don't judge. I can tell that you're a fascinating person. I'd love to get to know you more, but I don't want to overstep any bounds. And I know you're with someone, so I just wanted you to know, like very cute, the words themselves, but the feeling you get is very sort of animalistic. I mean, it's very like like you feel, if you were capable of feeling guilt, you would feel like you had just cheated on Mia. Like it's that, like, just the thought, even with this simple message, the thought of the illicit nature, the transgressive nature of this vague promise in this rather bland note, is obsession making for you.
I am being totally normal about this.
So, what happens?
Go to class. Do we have class together?
Sure. There aren't that many students. There's only a couple hundred students in the entire school.
Well, obviously I'm going to brag. So I'm going to show Ada my letter and be like, another secret admirer letter, of course.
And does the letter look like the letter I also got?
Are you showing it to her,
She is.
Eva? Or like you're actually showing her the letter
Oh
itself?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I would say it's a nice, polite letter. It's not heartfelt like yours was.
Oh, yeah. So I'll just be like, so weird, because I also got a letter. Look at this. It's so sweet. Show Ava the letter.
Oh. That makes it less special. I feel like a bunch of dudes probably saw something on Real Talk and just decided to like, now this is the new thing to do. Like they think it's a cool thing to do for girls because one dude posted it, and now now it means nothing. Now it's just some stupid trend.
I don't think it's a stupid trend. Very nice.
Ada,
Sitting
you
there
can't
with like,
fall for these stupid boys' tricks. You probably saw this somewhere and replicated it, and it took them nothing. It's honestly barely any effort.
It's like written directly about me.
Well, yeah, I mean, they personalized it a little. What they see you.
Oh.
So,
That's
so have
deflation.
are you sharing your letter around, Ada?
I mean, I'm showing it to Ava, being like, "Yeah, it says some things in it."
Well, Kim, you sit right behind them.
I mean, yeah.
So
Yeah, see, they even wrote one for Kimberly.
you get a glance at the letter to Ada. That one's for you too. That's a message like, I see what you did and I understand it.
Wait, can I compare handwriting? Do they all have the same handwriting?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this dude is just probably put these in a bunch of girls' lockers, buckshot to try to see if he can get a bite. That's just pathetic.
I think you're just jealous because yours wasn't as personalized.
What do you mean not as personalized? What was so personal about you two?
Wouldn't you like to know? Like, I'm like possessively keeping mine away from them.
Yeah, what does it say?
I think she's embarrassed to show us, so she's lying.
Are you embarrassed?
No, I'm not embarrassed. I just don't want to share
Probably
it.
says, drop your stupid hollow doll and pick me up.
Don't call me a bat.
Yeah, don't.
I didn't.
Trouble
The guy
adjusting.
hypothetically in the letter did.
Hypothetically.
That's not what's in the letter.
And what is
it? What does it say?
It's just nice. That's all.
I'm gonna try to take your letter because I'm curious.
I'm gonna fight you.
Okay.
Hold on. I have a string on you.
Yeah.
So I think the way to resolve this is I will spend the string to try to tempt you to do what you want, which is I want you to give me that letter. And you do it because you feel bad because of all the times you've stabbed me.
Is there a...
There's a section that we don't have about tempting someone. So I'm going to let our narrator friend tell us what that means.
I will open it up and confirm. However, I will say, it's the kind of good things will happen to you if you agree. Okay. But let me double check. Nope. There we go. There's so many different like reference sheets. What page was that? 62? Yeah, 26. Got it backwards. Anyway, so keep going. What did you how are you tempting her
I
to
will
share?
probably be like, well, let me take a look. Maybe if we can look at all of them, we can find out who wrote them, and then you can like meet them.
So you're offering assistance. Got it.
Wait, did they
I'm
leave any
offering-
instructions?
Future assistance, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you
exchange
do
for it.
if you do it, it will give you an experience point.
Okay. Yeah, I
Tempt with experience.
like definitely did the thing where I was like starting to shove it down my shirt, and I was like, "Fine, pass it over."
Cool.
Yeah.
I read it, and I show
it's-
Ava, obviously.
Yeah, it's I would say to you, it's like, hey, you're kind of cool. We should be friends.
Yeah.
It's
like,
not.
I know better.
It's not. It's not meaningful. Like yours,
like mine
Ada.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously. Maybe they just want to be friends. I say to Kimberly, handing it back.
I mean, maybe.
Dudes
I don't
never want to
know.
be friends, Ada.
I mean, maybe it wasn't a dude, you know?
Maybe. Seems kind of. Given they put it in a bunch of girls' lockers.
Well, did
Seems like a
anybody
dude move.
else get letters?
I haven't seen any others.
Do we see anybody else in the class holding a letter or envelope or anything?
No, and you guys are talking. I'm gonna say at this point, class has begun, so you're kind of whispering back and forth, but the people near you are kind of going. And then someone goes, "No one cares about your letters."
We aren't talking to you.
Nobody asked you.
Sorry.
It's like, cool. This is I'm gonna say American history.
Ew.
Yeah.
Boring.
You're doing, I don't know, George Washington Carver or something.
Like peanut butter or something?
Yeah.
Don't even eat peanut butter. Who cares?
And you're
Well, you
learning
will
about
learn.
how the peanut was brought over from Africa, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's an extra credit assignment to research traditional recipes using peanuts, either traditional from Africa or from the United States, historical. And there's a plan to have like, oh, maybe we can like bring them all together and we can all do a taste test or whatever.
Boring. Ada, do you have a peanut allergy or did you? You just seem like somebody that would.
Wow.
Well, no, but it's complicated now, so it's just easier to say yes.
Yeah.
Smart.
Are there any like clues or anything on the letters about like who this is from, or like
Or like instructions on how to, like, are they going to reveal themselves at some point? Or like, meet me here if you want to connect, you know?
Maybe they'll show up
That
on
would've
the
been
roof
smart.
in a cape and a cool mask, and
A
they like throw a
cape?
rose. Yes,
A
capes are
mask?
cool.
Have you been watching anime again?
She's
Yeah.
on mask talk. Too many dark romance novels.
You're in one.
You know, Ada, it occurs to you that there's someone out there who wouldn't make fun of your complex relationship with peanuts.
does.
Well, is anyone going to make any interesting dishes? Is anyone signing up on the volunteer sheet?
I don't know how to cook. Neither does my dad. We'll just buy something.
Yeah, and there probably is 100% like but we're doing peanuts in school in 2024. You know, this is going to kill a third of the population.
Oh, that's why all those kids went missing.
Right.
It was
It definitely was this.
It's definitely peanut allergies and not anything else.
Right. It's like, don't worry, we have EpiPens stashed everywhere, so
It's fine. No, I'm. Oh gosh, I mean,
Oh,
should
but
we
we
do
need
something
extra
for the pet
credit.
club? Yeah, we do need extra credit.
Fine.
And it'll be
I'll
good
sign
for
up
the pet club.
but I'm just gonna buy it. I'm not making anything.
Well, just pretend like you made it.
Yeah.
It's not hard to lie.
I mean, you are the pep club. You are responsible for keeping up the energy. By the way, how are you doing that? So far, you have talked about, I don't know, like 3-legged sack races or some nonsense.
A relay.
Yeah, sure.
We should make posters.
Well, yeah, we already told Ada to make posters, plan the
right.
relay, reach out to homecoming committee. She's on it.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to do it. It's fine.
I
This is
came
why
up
you're
with
the
the
best
ideas.
assistant.
That's my job.
I think the pep club is going to try to host a pep rally in conjunction with homecoming stuff.
Right.
But we haven't started
Get
planning.
people excited for the homecoming game and then subsequently homecoming.
Yeah.
Cool.
But we can't do it all, but we have to work with the homecoming committee because we're kind of stepping on their toes too. Which they should be grateful for.
Yeah, we're basically
last year
doing.
they kind of-
We are basically doing all of the hard work.
Yeah. We all are, right?
Yeah, we are. Here, take this sticker that says "Great job, Ada."
Oh, thanks.
I stare at Ada.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't accept this.
I unpeel it and stick it on the notebook. There, you didn't accept it. I gave it to you on without letting you say yes or no.
This is good.
I feel like that's worse.
Anyway, how's things with Mia?
We don't need to talk about that right now.
Yeah, have you shown her the letter?
She like. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if she could read right now.
I mean, she can if you tell her to.
Yeah, I don't really want to tell her to read this.
Why?
I just don't want her feelings to get hurt.
Does she even have feelings?
Maybe.
Only when possessed by a player character.
Yeah, weird how that works.
I mean, someone can possess people. As someone
Seems like something.
as someone in chat mentioned, you have a spirit without a body and a body without a spirit. That seems like it solves itself.
You would
I
think.
don't know.
But then she has to deal with the reputation of having dated Kim. Not worth it.
Oh, why did you say blue kid? That was a very past tense pronunciation.
Well, because she's not going to date you when she's possessed the body.
But if she's got to pretend to be Mia, then like we got.
Mia can break
Maybe
up with
this
you.
could work. Maybe we just need to make it seem like me and Mia just had this really awful, sad, heartbreaking fallout, and then
Over this
Ada gets
letter.
a body, and I get to move on.
I don't think that works
I
out
don't
for
really want to
me.
call Ada Mia.
Like we could say that Mia wanted a nickname that sounds very similar
Just
to
so
the girl that
happens
disappeared.
it's the name. Yeah, exactly.
Looking forward to my graduation plan
Maybe if we added like an SH in there, it would sound better.
Shada?
like
about
a
Mia?
Mia. We put a
Mia,
Misha in there, and then it will.
Shmia.
Yeah, Shmia.
Shmia. Mia Shmia. Who's
Just
that?
call her a scene. I mean, I'm just saying we could make it work, and then that way we just have the public fallout, and then you can do whatever you want. I can do whatever I want.
Would she still
And
be
we,
attached to you though?
I don't know. We could
We should
try and
test
find
it.
out.
We should totally test it.
Yeah, we
I
should
don't
do
know if
that.
this is a good
You
idea.
possess Mia's body, and then get away from each other and see if anything happens.
Yeah.
And then, if you're not attached anymore, we'll talk about what happens next.
You said that very
weren't we
ominously.
planning
What does that mean?
Homecoming?
Well, I mean, we got to do that too, but I'm just saying if there's like a chance that. I mean, don't you want to be able to like physically go to homecoming instead of having to like kind of physically go to homecoming?
Like,
It
I'm
can be
sure I
really
can
hard to do
figure
your
out.
hair and makeup and your dress and jewelry and all that.
I'm sure I can figure out how to like more physically manifest. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we have a
Yeah,
perfect
it's just be
solution,
hard.
and her name is Mia.
Yeah.
You should just try it. If you don't like it, you just get back out of her body, and then you're just
Are you sure you can just
again.
leave?
Probably. If not, I have a solution for that.
No.
What's the solution? I'd
Stabbing,
like to
I
hear you
think.
say it out loud.
No, I wasn't gonna stab. I was just gonna say like maybe just like a gentle exorcism or something. I don't know. There's like books on
Gentle
this stuff.
exorcism.
But what if that gets rid of her completely?
Yeah, what?
There's
Wait a
summoning
minute.
rituals.
Yeah, we've seen how well those have worked out for you.
Girls, is this some TV show you're talking about? Says the teacher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't get cable, so also this is class, so maybe save that to lunch.
Oh, I
Sorry,
thought
right.
class was done. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Oops.
He's got
We're
caught
just
up.
so excited
Loudly been
about
talking about
kids.
possessing people. I mean, loud whispering, stage whispering about all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. We're very subtle.
Yeah, other
Well,
students
it's
are just like,
a dark romance novel we've been reading together. It's fine.
Yeah.
there are snickers from other people in class.
Oh, like you people don't read it too.
Some of your rivals for coolness, Eva, make note. You see some meaningful glances. Someone mouths /fic.
Missing out.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
the one where Harry and Draco get married and one of them gets pregnant or something.
Okay, not one of those. Let's back up.
Yeah. We aren't getting into MPreg here. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
actually okay.
naughty stuff.
Ooh. That is not my subculture. Apologies for I don't know, appropriating /fic subculture
Ashvik culture.
that I know nothing about, other than the fact that I'm aware it exists and it's deeply disturbing. Anyway,
We're more talking like haunting Adeline and stuff, or whatever the like Court of Rose, whatever stuff.
sure, cool. The teacher's just like, okay, cool. Are you making a peanut thing?
Yes.
Great. Well, I can't wait to taste it. This Friday, we'll set up a special table at lunch. Big enough for everybody. All right. Well, remember, paper's due in 2 weeks. Bell rings. So we can go class to class, or we can montage through the day. What would you like to do?
Does anybody smell like the smell I smelled?
That smelly smell.
So
That smelly smell, that kind of smell.
Eva, yeah. So Eva wanders around sniffing people,
Subtly.
which isn't weird at all.
I'm probably like checking my locker every single chance I get to look for a new letter.
Yeah, nothing there. But you do get the sense that they're toying with you.
Oh, I see. They're playing hard to get.
Yeah, it's part of the mystery.
Yeah,
In the way that
so
you don't know who
intriguing.
they are, and they haven't sent any other messages. It
Interesting.
is hard to get.
In the past, 57 minutes, you haven't gotten more. Eva, no one smells like that. But you do occasionally get a whiff, not from a person, not like you try to track it down. It's more like it's like being very, very far from a fire. Every once in a while you'll get just the slightest little tinge of smoke, but it's not strong enough to be able to like follow it. It's just like every time you convince yourself that it's nothing, you'll get just a little bit of a, what was that?
Yeah, whatever. I gotta figure out this stupid peanut dish. Is it bringing it for everyone? That's gonna be such a pain to transport in the car and then get it into the cafeteria. And it has to be individually served.
this is what Eva's worried about. Cool. Well, you go throughout your day. Nothing unusual happens other than the fact that it's a cutthroat, highly competitive. You've each got. I assume you each have your specialties. You each have your own sort of priorities. Obviously, Eva's priority is being cool. Ada's priority is being nice and getting good grades so you don't lose your scholarship. So you can definitely go to the college of your choice, except that it'll be the college of Kim's choice. So that's great, which probably means that Ada is also invested in Kim getting good grades. Because if Kim is forced to leave, so are you. So that's great for you.
Until we test the Mia thing.
Right. And Kim is, shall we say, probably a little preoccupied.
Yeah. Just a little.
Every time of course, you basically have to lead Mia to class and then sit next to her and, pick up your pencil, pretend to write something, on the paper, not the desk, and that simmering resentment, I will say, is closer to the surface than perhaps it has been. Unless there's anything you want to accomplish at school, the school day is over. What happens?
And we need to talk about who you're going to homecoming with. Because Kim's going to have a date with Mia. Obviously, I'm going to get a date. We need to find you a date.
I mean, maybe I could just tag along with both of you.
Is there not somebody like you have your eye on? I could just compel them to go with you.
That's a little rude, don't you think?
I'm just
No,
continuously
because you're
gesturing
great and they're going to
Mia's-
have a great time. I'm doing them a favor.
I mean, no.
Especially because they get to hang out with us by extension. And by us, I mean me, not Kim.
Ow.
Well, listen. First of all, we need to set up a pep club meeting, like a real one, not just this one.
We're talking about homecoming day. If you want to show that you're embracing homecoming, you need to show up with a date. You have to represent the pep club.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Definitely.
I thought you looked like you were too good to go with a date or whatever.
Okay.
And the pep
I
club
will
doesn't look
say,
very sociable.
yeah, we haven't really talked with many other people because I don't remember anyone else in our class, and there's a lot of people missing.
Oops.
That's a good idea, though, because a lot of people are probably single because their partners went missing, so they're free and probably pretty desperate for a date because it's short notice.
Speed dating.
Sort of.
And they're probably over the loss because it's been a few months. So
I mean,
Yeah, and if not, rebound.
That'll go so wonderfully for everybody involved.
It's fine. We just need them for the dance.
It's true.
one of the
So-
things that I will note about the kind of culture here at Pioneer Academy is that most of the kids are very academically driven, very intelligent, maybe even oddly so. Particularly the children of Syntech employees seem to be, they skew on towards the upper end of the gifted spectrum in a way that is statistically improbable. And there's, a certain constellation of personality traits that makes this probably less of a, I don't know, meat locker. No, that's not the right word. You know what I'm saying? The kind of like, this is not a high school drama where it's a whole bunch of everyone's dating everyone else kind of stuff, because kids are maybe a little bit more likely to be introverted, a little bit more likely to be serious, a little bit more likely to be competitive. There certainly are, more extroverted, socially oriented people on campus, but that is not the norm. So historically, social events that kind of center around going to dances together or whatever have not gone well at Pioneer Academy.
Which is why we need to represent.
Well, maybe we need to make the event cater a little bit more to the usual crowd instead of trying to make them conform to the standard.
Well, they could put Pep Club on their college application, so that's something.
Well, yeah, but
Only reason
like,
I'm doing it.
how do you get a bunch of nerdy academic kids to like get pepped? Word.
Because we tell them that they're helping out with the dance, and then they might as well go afterwards.
Well, yeah, but what if
Look,
we
if
like
people
did
want to be lame, there's not
okay,
much
well,
we can
your
do.
idea of lame is not their idea of lame. Like, you're kind of the abnormality, I guess.
My
Instead
dad is a
of,
Syntech executive. You
I
can
mean,
do both.
well, yeah, but most of the school doesn't do both. Most of
Well,
the
they're
school
not
is like
making.
Ada.
Yeah. No offense.
No, you're great. So if
Which
you
is
were to
why
want to
you need to
go,
show them,
scholarships,
Ada.
but-
That's why you're the perfect example. And why you can show them you can do both.
Yeah, and that's why I should be me and not possessing anybody else.
That is a good point, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, what if you just lived a double life, though?
Well, I mean, you don't want to go to the dance with Kim, so that's also a good point.
Again, dramatic fallout. It's a thing that could happen. Be a lot easier to do it with Mia actually reacting instead of standing there waiting for me to tell her to cry.
Why do you need a dramatic
Wait,
fallout?
so you want to break
I
up
thought
with
things
her
were going well.
anyway?
No. It's just if Ada wants to be able to use Mia's body, then it's gonna be
'cause you
awkward if I'm
said-
dating Mia.
You made it seem like you want to break up no matter what because you just said it'd be easier to break up when Ada's being Mia, not when Mia's Mia.
Well, I mean,
Well,
we're teenagers. We should explore and see other people sometimes. Probably.
Yeah, and who else is Mia gonna see?
Whoever Mia wants to see, honestly. Like, she's cute and pretty and does whatever you tell her.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel comfortable sending that out into the world.
I do. It's fine. You don't
Of
have
course
to
you
do it.
do.
I will.
Like, say this
I mean,
stupid dude that's writing these dumb letters gets a hold of her.
They're
What,
not
how do you know
dumb.
that they're dumb? Yeah.
They were sent to all of us. That's so stupid.
And
Like just
It's
us though.
pathetic.
it was only
the-
us,
That's
though.
still 3 of us.
Of the
Well,
pen
you don't
club,
know if
just
it's
the
maybe
pen
just
club.
us.
some of the letters got put in the wrong locker.
Wow, you are jealous.
I am not. Why would I be
You're
jealous?
upset you feel special over a letter that was sent to 2 other people.
Oh, you don't know if they were meant for you.
Is that why you want to break up with Mia?
No.
You are going to build this
Oh my god.
person up in your head, and they're going to be some lame dork, and you're going to regret doing all this extra pining for no reason. Ada was literally envisioning this dude in a cape and mask. What are you guys doing?
Well, I'm not going that far.
He's just kind of romantic, you know?
Yeah,
Cape and
exactly.
Are we talking like superheroes or Phantom of the Opera? What is
Phantom
Yes?
of the
even going
Opera.
on in your head? Okay.
Phantom of the Opera, yeah.
Okay, that's a little better. Still. Okay, anyways, about your date. Who do you have your eyes on? We should set you up with another mega nerd.
Well, that's like almost all of the school.
Yeah, that's like
Well,
you could
yeah, but
throw
like
a
think of
dart
like
and hit
the
somebody in the
nerdiest
hallway.
nerd that's also good looking.
Mm.
That's a good portion of the school still.
Okay, well,
I
name
mean,
some of your
Moreau
favorites.
did grow 6 inches over the summer. That
Not him.
little nerdy French Canadian kid who got beat up in the lockers.
Oh
last year.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
He still has little guy energy, not that guy.
It's true.
not that guy. I mean,
And well, I actually know he has a girlfriend who is way out of his league.
wonder how he got
How did that
that.
happen?
There's a lot of little gnomes running around this school.
Right.
Okay, Ada, make a list. You like making lists?
I do
Some
like
candidates,
making lists.
and then we'll go through it and pros, con, whatever, and then we'll pick somebody.
Yeah. And I definitely remember every NPC that we've come up with in the past. And I'm writing them
make them
down
up.
right now.
I just make him up.
Oh no, that's worse.
Fantasy name generator.
Yeah, no, it's I think
NPC.
the ones that we know for sure are Bethany, right? Beth,
Right.
Juliet, and Moreau. I think those are the only ones I remember anyway.
I didn't even remember
That are
those
still
three, so-
alive.
Yeah.
Is Juliet alive?
Who knows? I mean, you haven't seen her body.
I haven't seen her body. And I asked Sasha, the vampire slayer, to go find her
Yeah.
in my long list of tasks, and she did not.
Well, you don't know if she did or
So-
not.
I didn't.
You don't know what
Why don't you
Sasha's
go
been
ask
up
her?
to. Yeah,
Has she graduated now? Was she a senior?
I think so. I don't know.
All right. Well, she's probably still around in town. No one goes very far if they're a slayer, probably.
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 When there's known vampire. So I'll just... Well, she's probably at the local soda shop. Let's go there now that it's after school
This-
and...
Getting-
We aren't
so
doing
we
anything.
can just establish that you guys have been sitting at the Steak and Shake.
Yeah.
I think
I mean-
actually Sasha has graduated.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, she's in college now, dealing with college vampires.
yeah, she's at St. Cloud State. Probably
Many
only
vampires of St. Cloud.
oh, yeah, probably only comes back to Willow Bluff on the weekends to do laundry. Cool. So your plans are
I gotta go buy it. It's Friday, right? Is what he said.
yeah.
Yeah, Friday. So got
You got a
time
couple
before I
days.
need to go buy the stupid dish.
So we just need to make like peanut food, right? Not like historical peanut food.
I mean, I
mean,
think it's
I'm just gonna
technically
put something
supposed to be
peanuts.
historical, but like, what's a historical peanut food?
Technically, everything's historical, right? It's just a matter of time of where in history it happened, right?
Food. People ate it. I don't think historical peanut food's very exciting. I think it's just peanuts.
It's just normal peanuts.
It's just a bunch of peanuts, actually.
Everybody brings peanut brittle. That's all there is.
That's all there is. You might as well just make a peanut snack and say that's probably historical.
You can make muffet, West African peanut stew.
That sounds complicated.
It does sound complicated.
Domoda, Gambian peanut stew. There's all sorts of stuff.
A lot of stews.
A lot of peanut stews.
A lot
Yeah,
of stuff that you can't really get at the store.
right.
Yeah. I mean, look, I say that we just buy some peanut brittle and just like.
I'm just gonna buy something with
Throw it
peanuts and say it was like my great grandma's recipe that's been passed down for generations or something.
Which is just plain peanuts.
Right.
This
peanuts,
is
come
her
and get 'em.
recipe. It just says take peanut, open shell, eat peanut.
I'll boil them first.
Oh, there you go.
I love how you've latched on to the peanut recipe.
Look, you introduced a clear plot
I
hook.
don't know.
Yeah,
Definitely
well,
what this whole
definitely
episode is
not
gonna
looking
be
at
Yeah,
it.
about
clearly.
peanuts,
This is
right?
this is me
is what
me
the whole
leading
thing
you.
is.
This is me railroading you into a historical recipe related scenario.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want.
I do like cooking games, so
Mhm. I think I do at some point. I think I'm waiting until I get home, but at some point I do want to gaze into the abyss and ask it about the letter.
Okay. Well, so do you have action items? So you get together at Steak and Shake, have your egg cream soda or whatever, your phosphate, and well, that's what they serve. They serve egg creams and phosphates because it's a.
I bring my own drink.
It's a right.
Yeah.
I'm on
Is
a
that-
diet. Everyone knows this.
It's like, is that? It looks thick. Is it like boba? What is in there?
It's a very special, unique diet.
Right.
Heard of it.
You're going keto.
Mhm.
paleo diet.
Yeah. Yep. So to recap, your plans are prioritize peanut recipes. And in
Yeah.
between that, get Ada to possess
Do
Either
Mia-
possess Mia or pick a date.
to break up with you, and also get Ada a date, and at some point recruit more than 3 people to be part of the pep club.
Yep.
yes.
Cool.
So that
Well,
way
we
we can go
both
to a
need dates.
teacher
So the
and
thing
do a
is-
thing for homecoming.
With the date thing is you can't, I like, for example, me, because I have so many options and I want to keep them open, I kind of wait a bit, but you don't want to wait too long because then people start to ask each other and then they're no longer available. So we really do need to kind of sort of start making a decision sooner rather than later. More specifically for you, Ada, because they probably take me over whoever they're going with anyway. But if they're already taken,
Right. This sounds complicated.
it's not. Again,
Ow.
I can just help you get them to say yes. Or get them to ask you. Well, just give me some names.
Right, names. I'll give you some names tomorrow. That way I have more time to come up with them.
Okay.
And also, Ada's realization that she's probably spent the summer sort of worrying about where Juliet is, but then be like, well, Sasha's on it, and she'll come talk to me when she's found her. and then not hearing back from her, and now going like, the school started. Have I seen her anywhere?
I would say you haven't seen Juliet, or you probably even haven't seen
Yeah.
Sasha.
Yeah, very likely.
Juliet was kind of a jerk anyway.
Yeah, didn't she like hate you?
I mean,
Yeah.
a little.
She was super rude.
Yeah, she seemed pretty hateful. That's coming from the person
but
that
she's
stabbed
like missing.
you. And
Okay, a lot of kids went missing.
Yeah, we know what happened to them though.
Are you sure she didn't like get eaten by the dragon or something?
Pretty sure.
She could have
you
snuck
might
into
want to
the
ask
party.
Larissa and make sure she didn't
That's
get
envious.
anything else
Oh yeah, what if Larissa ate
mixed
her?
in with that.
Ooh, yeah, that'd suck. Hold on. Let me just squeeze past you here.
This
Leave
would-
the booth.
through.
You don't have to move.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll just go up to the counter and ask who's over there. Is like, hey, Juliet
Yeah, you want a refill?
works. Yeah, actually, push the cup over, even though it's mostly full.
You know, like a
'Cause it's tricky.
more ice.
Yes. So
Okay.
Juliet used to work here, right?
Who?
Juliet? Like last spring?
I don't know. I just started.
Is there anyone here who's been here since last spring?
Maybe. I don't know. I just started.
Is your manager here?
I'm the assistant manager. Oh, do you have a look?
Uh.
Look, I am not responsible. Like half this food is like pre-packed and shipped here. I'm not responsible if there's like a hair or something in there. I'm just like I just make the stuff and give people apparently desperately needed refills of their mostly full drinks.
Yeah, thanks. I'll take that.
You kind of look up and down
Go
at your
back.
Pioneer Academy outfit. This is clearly not a Pioneer Academy kid. So, have a nice day. Sorry.
Thanks.
Have a swell day. They're all
I'm
required to
ignoring him now.
say
We don't have to.
swell and peachy
Yeah,
and
see,
bee's knees
yeah, yeah.
we don't
and cat's
even
pajamas.
need Juliet back because it's basically Juliet.
Yeah.
Try being in 2024 and working in a 50s soda shop and see if you maintain a positive attitude. Anyway.
It's been like
It's
2
fine.
days. Morale is already destroyed.
Well, listen, I'll do some looking around tonight and we'll see if we can find some leads on dates and mysterious strangers leaving us notes and Juliet being missing and possessing Mia.
Yeah,
It'll
we
be
should try
easy.
that. We should try that this weekend. We should do like a sleepover and practice with you possessing Mia.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll go well.
Yeah, I mean, just make sure it works.
We should do it at the start of the weekend in case anything goes wrong. That way we have time to fix it before school.
Yeah, we probably
So
should.
many hijinks.
Cool. So the plan is now. I'm going to abstract the recruiting people to be in Pep Club because you're going to need to talk to lots and lots of people, and it may or may not be super successful because it's not the kind of thing that is part of the tradition of the school.
I can compel a couple people, right?
Well,
That always goes super well.
We'll see. And then, yes, then we'll do the peanut recipe thing just to bring closure to you all. And then it sounds
Thank
like
you.
a sleepover Friday night. At whose house?
Well, probably not
But
Ada's,
mine-
since we're gonna make
Look,
Ada.
mine's being rebuilt. We're staying in
we-
a very nice hotel, but it's
We
gonna
can
take
have it
a
at my
while.
house. That's fine. Dad's out on a
Yeah.
business trip for the next 2 weeks,
Okay.
so
A business trip or a business trip?
I don't want to ask because the latter is Mia's mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's really awkward when I go to the store to just get like a cheap meal to throw in the microwave and they're there, but they try to like hide and pretend like they're not there, like I haven't seen them, and it's really weird.
Yeah. Your dad occasionally will say stuff like, would it be weird if like you and Mia were sisters? Just, it just occurred to me.
Actually, maybe this
You
is
know,
a
there's
thing
a
I
whole
want to
manga.
happen now.
Right?
There's a whole manga about this.
All right. Well, cool. Awesome. So nothing particularly interesting happens to Eva. We'll get to the abstracted rolling and using of skin moves on your tasks. Ada, you have a visitor. Not that first night, but the second night. You have a feeling. Yeah, I think we determined that you don't really sleep, right?
Yeah.
You just kind of float around while
Yeah.
everyone else is sleeping. You sense a presence. And you look out. I think your bedroom is upstairs. Maybe you were kind of leafing through your pastel frilly collection of clothing, thinking about, wouldn't it be nice if you didn't have to concentrate so much to change clothes, if you could actually wear something. It's like, oh, this is my favorite snuggly sweater. And you look out the window, and I think we've established that you live a little bit out of town. I mean, there's that grain silo where Larissa died nearby, and the moon is maybe half full. But down kind of towards the end of the driveway, maybe 50 yards, right? Because you've got a little bit of land. There is a streetlight. One of those kind of cool, not that kind of warm sodium, but that very cool, very blue-white light that creates a pool. And you see someone standing there. They are tall and thin. And they're wearing kind of a formal hat. And they have like a little, almost like a capelet.
Oh, a cape. Perfect.
Not
Okay.
not a full long cape, but like a capelet.
I know, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's go.
You can see the glint of the streetlight on their polished shoes. They are carrying a walking stick. And as you look, you can see they incline their head up toward your bedroom. And you see just the lower part of, you think a very pale person, but the more you look, the more convinced you are that it's porcelain. Too smooth, too regular. Practically luminescing under this streetlight. You can't see their eyes, but you have that moment of realizing that you're locking eyes with this individual. And they simply incline their head in a way that communicates acceptance, admiration. And then you see them reach into their jacket, to the interior pocket, and pull out an envelope. Open your letterbox, put it inside, and close it, and then pat, pat, pat. And then stroll off down the street into the darkness.
She watches them leave. And then is all like, let's go, and pretends to run down the stairs. And just goes through the door so her dad doesn't wake up. Runs over to the mailbox. Grabs the letter. Reads it right there.
Probably
Looks
a little.
for him. Eats gone, I assume.
Probably a little bit like flustered, so you like have to get it to food try as your hand passes through.
Yeah.
the box a few times and you have to compose yourself, take a few deep breaths. This is not in the glossy black. There is no rose attached. It is simply a folded, meticulously folded piece of relatively thick, high quality paper. That same handwriting, it gives you the feeling that it's more informal. If the first was a formal and respectful introduction, this is more of a follow up between friends. And I would like you to keep your cool again.
This time it's a 9.
Cool. So again, you are, if you had a heart, it would be a flutter. The words are simple. I heard you and your friends, although you can hear that, like, friends question mark. There's a little, and maybe you're projecting onto it, but you can almost feel the air quotes. I heard you and your friends discussing plans for homecoming dance. I wouldn't want to presume, but I would dearly like the honor of taking you. My situation is complex, but somehow I think you understand. I will be there, and if you're alone, perhaps we can share a dance or two.
Perfect. It is thinking, now I don't have to find anybody else at school to go to a date with. I'll tell them it's all settled. Maybe I can write a little note back to him. Running back inside, go through the door, but leave the note behind, have to open the door and grab it.
Right.
As we do.
As you run through it, and we just see the note get smacked up against the door and pass through you. Yeah. Cool. We'll get to Kim in a second. Well, and actually, no, let's start with your gaze into the abyss, Kim, because that might influence the course the next couple of days.
Gonna use our major piss. That's much better. That's a 9.
Well, which isn't necessarily super awesome, but it's not a failure. You get confusing and alarming visions. So PG-13, the camera just focuses on Kim's face, and we are left to wonder what type of definitely not PG-13 scenes Kim is seeing in her vision. Like, we're not entirely sure, but it's probably more 50 Shades of Grey than She's All That.
#/fic.
So yeah, there's a real obvious situation going on with Kim as she gazes into the abyss, such that a few people walking by are just kind of like, someone says, "Get a room by yourself," I guess. I don't know. Just, yeah. So yeah. So that'll probably impact some things. Eva, what are you doing anything to try to, you had mentioned trying to mesmerize some people into becoming members of the pep club. So
Yes. preferably influential members. So like
Okay.
captains of certain teams and things.
Yeah, the captains of the boys and girls lacrosse teams.
Yep.
Probably have influence and could probably either get other members or delegate to those other members that they need to do something.
Maybe somebody in the homecoming club or homecoming committee. That way they can be the liaison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy
Not
enough.
like the president, but somebody somewhat.
Yeah. Someone who I will say there is a student who I think probably has always had a crush on you, at least as far as you're concerned. But then again, who does that not describe? Who is one of those folks who is definitely not in the top echelons of popularity, but they tend to associate with those who are, and kind of buy their seat at the table by doing a lot of work. Being the power behind the throne, or the one who gets everything done while everyone else just shows up and looks pretty. So yeah, I mean, this is the type of person that you're quite used to taking advantage of. Thanks, Ada. Yeah. You got 3 prospects. So let's see how it goes.
Okay. Am I rolling 3 individual rolls or just for all of them?
No, it's 3 individual ones, because the consequences here might be different.
Okay.
Also, I want to give you as many chances as possible to fail.
Right. 6 and a 5.
Okay. So the captain of the boys lacrosse team.
Okay. 6 and a 2. Which I have. Wait, how much?
That's 8 plus 2.
I have 2 hot.
2 hot. So that makes it a 10. Good.
4 and 4.
Okay. So you are.
This is like
You are successful with all of them.
Everybody was worried for nothing.
So they're doing exactly what you wish and have no idea that there's anything wrong. Cool. Is there anything else that you're trying to accomplish? Or are you really just trying to implant the idea that they should embrace the pep club?
I'm not trying to do too much because I'm on thin ice.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to go too crazy with it. Just really embed that idea so that it seems like they're coming up with it on their own and have this urge to suddenly join. Not anything more than that, because if it were to go wrong or I try too hard or anything like that, then
you might make them irreparably insane, like you have 4 or 5 other people. Yeah.
I'm getting better. Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. I mean, maybe the last time it happened, your house got burned down, so maybe that helped. Maybe a little bit of motivation.
I don't think that was even my fault. I think that was Kim's fault. I think she drove her mom crazy or something like that.
I don't know. Oh no. Oh, I don't know. You drove someone crazy.
Remember.
I think you certainly.
I'm pretty sure it was Kim. Because I was looking back in the chat and then I blamed Kim for making Max's mom go crazy and burn my house down.
It's possible. I don't know.
Again, have done nothing wrong ever.
Yeah. But you're practicing, you're keeping it very simple. You're just like, hey, can I talk to you a second? And then the eyes go wide. You want to join the pep club, don't you? And it's like, yeah, actually, that sounds like a good idea.
We'll see how it goes when I compel somebody for Ada. But
right. Cool.
She might have a very crazed stalker here soon.
Are you doing, well, speaking of which, are you trying to do anything on that front?
Not until I get the list.
Okay.
Because I'm also tempted to make it seem like I didn't actually compel anybody once I see the list, and I'll just have somebody go up to her and ask her.
Okay.
That way she, builds some confidence.
So that's a conversation we can pick up on Friday. Cool.
Yeah.
Kim. Someone's been in your room. Someone's been in your room and has gone through all your stuff. And they did it in a way that was very subtle. And there's just 1 or 2 things that are really obviously out of place, but so obviously that it had to have been on purpose. And it's a combination of a feeling of, right? Because you're, shall we say, morally flexible. I have to imagine that someone going through your stuff might reveal some things, but that's part of what's so interesting about it. It was a very transgressive and intimate act, and they wanted you to know that they did it.
You're so into me. This can't possibly go wrong.
And I think the rest of what happens is every time you go to sleep, it's like those visions again. To the extent that, well, no, your dad is out of town, so maybe a neighbor. Is everything okay? We just heard last night some strange sounds, moaning and screaming, and
Yeah, I was practicing yoga.
well, you have to warm up for that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I did wrong. Yep, definitely. Okay, bye.
Yeah. And of course, I mean, and you awake from one of these very intense dreams, and of course, there's Mia just staring at the wallpaper.
Yeah, it's okay, Mia. You can go stare at the wallpaper in the guest room.
Right.
Just stay right there. Perfect.
Yeah. Keep your cool for me.
Uh, that's a 6.
Okay. Mia changes. That vacant, vaguely pleasant look in her face hardens. Her eyes go into focus. And it's it's threatening, but like in a kind of way.
Oh. Oh no.
And then
Uh,
Mia says, "Are you really happy with this? Are you satisfied with this arrangement? Or are you hungry for something else?"
I am starving. Um, I just also leveled up, so I'm trying to look and see what I want to do with that. Uh, okay. Okay. I'm just gonna take a +1 to the stat. Um
Flustered.
Yeah, basically. It's like, I think she's just like flustered. Doesn't know what to do. This is very different. And she's also been worked up from all of the visions anyways.
Yeah. So we think the camera's gonna fade to black,
Yeah, probably.
but as it does, like like you're going in for a kiss or whatever, and then there's like a wink, just kind of like a, and then slack, like right at the perfect moment,
Oh.
and just
Anguish, agony. Damn it, Mia.
so yeah, cool. So you had an interesting week. Who's making what for Peanut Day?
I'm making one of those African peanut stews.
Excellent. And since your sense of taste is rather dull, given
Yeah.
that you're dead, it is probably
Yeah.
extraordinarily spicy,
Oh yeah, way too spicy for anyone in Minnesota.
right? Well, plus it's Minnesota, so it's like it's got
Yeah.
stuff in it more than salt. People here, by the way, will be like, "Oh, that's really spicy." It's like it's literally just salt. It's like, yeah. It's like that's not what spicy means.
No.
Anyway, whatever, it's fine.
Oh, flavor.
Yeah, right.
It has
Whoa.
too many flavors.
It tastes like something.
Right. It's all good. That tastes like something other than cheese, or butter or ranch dressing. But yeah, so it's one of those things where I'm assuming, Ada, you go all out and it's an earthenware
Yeah.
thing, and you open it up, and then it just the caps that come in the air. We have to open a window.
Exactly.
But yeah, you get a good grade because it's historically accurate. And I think the teacher is brave and takes a bite and actually is like, it's actually really good. It's just I'm going to need to go to urgent care.
Yes. And I'm all like, I can eat a lot of this for sure. Stay solid, stay solid, stay solid.
Right.
And it's
Don't
like,
let anyone see
I
it.
can eat tons of it. It's great.
Right.
Woohoo.
Yeah, which I think that's probably pretty impressive. People are like, wow, you really got it. Kim?
Kim definitely didn't spend all weekend distracted and totally forgot about this until the morning of. And then went to the store and bought peanut brittle and put it on a sheet pan to pretend that she made it.
Okay. The teacher like looks at the bottom of the sheet pan and sees that the sticker is still on it. So it clearly hasn't been in the oven, but it's fine with it. At least you tried. Eva.
I went through one of my dad's old cookbooks and found a 1950s recipe for bacon peanut butter rolls, which is literally just bacon, and then you put peanut butter on it, roll it up, put a toothpick in, and broil it. So it seems super easy. So I just did that.
Cool. The teacher is maybe not super impressed, but especially
Okay,
after.
well, I brought the cookbook.
Well, and so I mean, you'll get your points. Not super impressed, just because it wasn't super complicated. However, I would say it is the class favorite because everyone loves bacon. Well, except for the probably 45% of the kids that are vegetarian. And then of those, probably half of them are the type of vegetarian that's just like, oh my God, but bacon though. So there's probably a couple of kids that fall off the wagon. I'm the type that is like, ew. But I know that there are a lot who are like, oh, but bacon. So cool. So yeah, extra credit for all of you. But I think Ada probably gets the gold star if there is one for the going above and beyond historical accuracy.
Got a gold star. Here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Before you even noticed.
Yeah. And of the various different versions of African peanut stew, Ada's was by far the most interesting. Most of them just kind of turned out to this like brownish gray mush because the kids didn't have any reference point. And there were quite a few peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So, well done. We can consider that plot hook complete.
We solved the plot hook, guys. Good
Yay, you
job.
won D&D. All right. So, it is Friday. Off of your high from your victory in the peanut recipe cooking contest, you're heading over to Kim's house.
Yes.
Cool. What happens?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to see the list from Ada first
Oh,
before we left school
um,
grounds and all the people around that I could go. Where's the
yeah.
list?
Well, on our way out, I'll be like, oh, I don't need a list. Someone's gonna meet me there for a date. They left me a note.
Is this the same person? Also, it's not properly asking you if they leave you an anonymous note. That's dumb. They should
No, I saw
properly
them
ask
put
you
it in
and
my
reveal themselves.
mailbox. They
Okay, who are they?
had you were wearing a capelet?
And kind of a top hat.
Okay.
And like
All
a
right,
top
back up.
hat. And
Oh
a,
my
like
god, is this like a
porcelain
milady
skin.
kind of guy? Oh no, Ada.
Porcelain
Kenmar.
skin?
Porcelain skin. Because it kind of looked a little too shiny.
You got
Oh,
asked
you
out
mean
by a
like
China
literally
set?
porcelain skin? I thought you
Yeah.
just meant pale.
I'm sorry. No,
Was it
literally.
like a mask?
Could be. It seemed very phantom.
Was this guy
Okay.
listening to us?
Yes. I say remember what the note said and not showing them the contents.
I mean, if they showed up in a cape and a mask, I have to assume they overheard us. Okay, so they were in the Steak and Shake.
Yeah.
Well,
I assume something
again, that's not
supernatural is
properly.
going on.
You need to supernatural.
Yeah, I know.
Just sounds
It's
like
unlikely.
some dork that's
Very
not
unlikely.
confident enough to properly ask you to homecoming. He's like, I'll meet you there. No, he needs to really ask you. Was it a
He
dude?
said I should come alone.
He said he wrote.
Yeah.
Said you
Wrote a
should come
letter.
alone.
Well, like not with a date.
Right.
You know.
Okay, but then what if they bail on you? You don't know who they are. They need to properly ask you, or you can get a different date.
No, I don't think I need a
They
different
need to
date.
reveal themselves to you and actually ask you.
Well, if they're listening right now,
Because how are you even going to say yes?
they should do that. Well, they said I should just come by myself and then they'll know and we'll dance. It's simple. It's easy. You don't need the list.
No, they should be picking you up in a limo and going all out.
Well, there's only one limo in town.
Corsage and the... Look. This just seems to me like a very wimpy way to do it.
I think it's quite romantic.
Okay,
little
so
creepy,
they're
actually, because it's the middle of the night.
asking you out then. They're asking you to homecoming, nobody else. You were the one that took the bait, so now they went with you.
Taking
obviously
the bait
they overheard
seems
us
a little
talking
forward.
and probably. Well, I mean, I obviously, if they were listening to me, knew I wasn't interested. And then they're going to pick you over Kim. So once they heard you were interested, they probably just went with you.
Mm. Well, have you heard from him, Kim?
Huh?
Have you heard from the mysterious stranger?
What? No, why would I hear from a mysterious stranger?
Yeah, the drama club geek in the Spirit Halloween costume.
No.
It looked nicer than that. I think.
You're pretty sure the pants were velvet.
Velvet pants.
Fancy.
It is
Okay,
fancy.
so Kim,
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they dropped you for Ada.
It doesn't matter. Look, can we just like get to the sleepover part of this instead of talking about this other part of this?
I mean, it was an important part.
I mean, if Ada found a date, then Ada found a date. That's great. Let's move on.
If they don't ask you by Monday, I'm getting you a date.
Okay, well, I mean, I do have a little bit of a list. Like, there's Gully and Broseph. But, you know.
Okay.
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
say,
I think you'd have better luck with the random stranger.
right. Kim, whatever Ada is talking about definitely has nothing to do with you.
No, definitely not. That's a totally different person.
Yeah, or not a real thing or whatever, but it's
Yeah.
very clear that this is unrelated.
Ada's probably just like seeing other ghosts, so that's not even real.
Yes, ghost date.
Anyways, I did my part for the pep club. I'm not sure how far you got on your stuff, Ada, but I recruited some extra members. So
Okay.
guys
I've
welcome.
definitely done a lot of the administrative work that's very boring to actually role play.
yes, I mean that's good because you know it's just the two of us really.
I've been
Yep.
pitching ideas left and right. What are you talking about?
Yeah, in my
It
columns
seems
of
like she
ideas, it has the same number between the two of you, at least.
No, it's been me pitching ideas and her jumping on to the back of them and being like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." That's not her pitching an idea.
I've been pitching plenty of ideas. You've just been shooting them all down.
She
because you
even
think
wanted
your
the
ideas are only
seniors
the good
to
ones.
win.
I
Like,
said that the
get outta here.
teachers are probably going to make us want the seniors to win. That's how it always goes. I've been to these before.
Anyways, I didn't
I
want to
presume
just come
now
up with
we are
ideas.
at Kim's house.
My gosh, I'm like inviting you guys over and just being mean about. Just
Okay,
grumbling
mumbling
as I
McStabby.
walk into the house.
Yeah, you stabbed me, so I feel like we can come over whenever.
We're just never gonna let that go, are we? Like, I mean, it was like 4
no, I
months
don't think
ago.
we are.
It's like you took her life. You owe her a life debt. That's how it works.
I mean, she's not fully dead,
She's pretty dead.
and I've already offered a perfectly good vessel for Ada to
Like,
take
but
over.
That's not me. That's Mia.
Well,
Yeah.
because you are like in the bottom of a lake right now.
Rip.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, I can't fix that, but I can give you options. Like, I'm trying.
even
Like, you can't say
Sure,
I'm not
this
trying.
works like that.
I don't know. I've never dealt with this before.
Okay, whatever. Are we gonna practice or try to see if the Mia thing even works?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So how far apart can you guys get?
It's like,
Miles, I think, because otherwise
yeah,
this
it's
wouldn't
like
work
the
at all.
town boundaries.
Oh, that's way more hard than I thought it was gonna be. I was thinking like could drive like 5 miles away and see.
I mean, the town's not that big.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll have you possess Mia. You'll get in the car with me. We'll see how far we get, and if anything happens, Kim will just stay in her house, and we'll just see.
Okay.
Best sleepover plans include
Yeah,
being
yeah.
your host.
Yeah, we'll pick up some snacks or something on the way too.
Yeah, you guys are gonna ditch me. It's fine.
Actually, you know what? We're not going to pick up snacks because the only one that's going to eat snacks is Kimberly.
Well, technically, if I'm in Mia, I could probably also eat snacks.
Oh, we should actually test it, and then you actually enjoy like your sense of taste and all that. Can you taste? No.
Like a little, yeah.
I feel like we should like nickname you Tilly for some reason.
We're making a new body.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we'll have you possess Mia first, and then a really big gym bro with a mohawk.
Yeah. in sequence.
Yeah.
All right. Where's Mia?
Oh, theoretically still in the guest room.
Theoretically.
Go upstairs and check if Mia's still
Yeah.
staring at the wall. Okay, great.
Right.
Come on, Mia. Come downstairs. Yep, just one step at a time. Don't. Nope, you fell. Oh, and okay.
You really got to
Yes,
parse down the
You're
instructions.
damaging the goods, man.
I
Like
can't
the
help
peanut
it.
butter.
Look, I should not have to like explain the exact muscle contractions that she needs to make to walk down the stairs. This is
Maybe you
ridiculous.
shouldn't have let her die.
I saved her body. I don't know what happened to the rest of it.
Right. Okay. Anyways, so how does this work? Do you just like walk
I don't know.
into her, or like is there like
Well,
some
if I walk into you
chance
guys, nothing happens.
mumbo?
Well, yeah,
Well,
but
I
we
mean,
have like I
Old
think well,
souls?
Ava might not have a soul actually. I kind of do.
excuse you.
I mean, you have a soul, but it's under a mortgage currently.
Yeah. It's in debt. Horribly in
Well,
debt.
I'll
soul
just-
than you do.
Try to go into Mia.
Okay.
I don't know how this works, but we're gonna think about it.
So you've done this previously. But at that time, she was kind of in a space between life and death. Like you kind of needed to do it to tip her over into this strange half-life that she has now. So it's a little bit different. I think there's not a possess someone move to my knowledge. So I think
There is not.
I'm curious about your approach. I think I'm going to ask you to roll with either hot or cold,
Definitely cold.
or dark.
We'll just go with cold.
Okay. So you are taking a very cautious clinical approach, as opposed to trying to sympathize and synergize and unify, kind of emotionally. You're just like, okay, well, let me see if I can, okay, that makes sense to me.
Just, hook in to the system.
Yeah, sure.
I did get a 9, but I might just use the minor boon to make it a 10. Because that's funny to me.
Yeah. Cool.
Get stuck in here.
So yeah, you make it a 10. I think on a 10, it works and there's an additional benefit. Yeah, why not? Cool, that'll be a thing that happens. I think as you slip into, first of all, you have to kind of occupy your space. And then there's, like, you can't even describe to yourself how you did it. Last time you did it, it was kind of in extremis. You just kind of instinctually did it. But there's this moment where you go from being in the same place to really being in her body. And it's very disorienting. You are aware, first of all, or the first thing that comes to you is that like wonder of, oh, I can feel, and then you're aware of bumps and bruises and just Charlie horses from standing in the same position all day long. It's not necessarily the most comfortable situation. It's not terrible, but you're very aware of the downside of someone who doesn't change position until they're told to change position. So yeah. And I would say there is something in there. You weren't aware of it last time. But it's almost like your awareness is kindling some spark. You're not sure what it is. Is it Mia? Is it something else? But you can sense this little small flame of something in there with you.
Ooh, this hurts. And I fall over.
Okay.
Well, that's not gonna
How
help you.
often do you let her sit down? Gosh, Kim, this is the worst.
I'll help Ada sit up at least.
Maybe if it wasn't such a pain to remember to tell her to do things all the time, then she wouldn't be in this position.
Definitely her fault.
This is definitely her fault.
Like, she's here though. Like, and you know, you're doing that, you're looking around as if you can see something that's inside of a spiritual sense of you or whatever, but it's definitely like, yeah, she's in here.
She is?
There's not much.
Oh.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
Well,
weird.
you
So
think that little
at
bit
least
can
there's
remember
that.
to sit down?
Listen, I feel like dying is kind of traumatic.
Okay.
So maybe it just takes a bit to get the old engine going. Let's get some snacks. Let's get out of here. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Kim.
I have snacks. I went to the store.
We leave anyway.
Get in the car. Ada in the passenger seat.
Yeah. And drive.
Can you believe her?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Literally the worst. No, it's fine. This is weird.
Well, are there any like snacks or anything that you've missed that you haven't really been able to eat properly? We can grab some of those.
Like everything. Let's
Okay, I'm
just
gonna need
hit
you to
up the
narrow it
gas
down.
station before we drive out of town so I can eat it in case driving too far yanks me out.
Okay, well, just don't make a mess of my car. We'll pull into a gas station first and grab some snacks.
Okay. Cool. What do you have there, Ada?
What we got? What are we going for? Oreos. Something savory also. It's a good savory snack. Some sort of cheese puff.
Yeah.
Realizes you don't have
Basically
your money on you because you.
Yeah. Anything that's made by Hostess, and then I'm like looking at you because I know you have money.
I'll
Like,
get
here
it.
you go. Thanks.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's it's everything that
I'll
you
drink
remember.
some water too.
Oh, right.
Hydrate
She's
yourself.
super
Yeah,
she's super
you
dehydrated.
hydrate.
It's
Some
so
Gatorade.
Yeah, Kim reminds her to drink like
Gatorade.
once every other day. So, but anyway, she is actually capable of acting to preserve her own life. But anyway, yeah, it's exactly what you remember, but it's not. Right? You're gaining insight into it's like the emotional connections with things, like things you remember eating as a kid, and the memory of, oh yeah, this one time, Jimmy Svensson, and we got a bunch of stuff, a bunch of this candy from the store, and we went up in the tree house and looked at magic cards or whatever. So like all of that association there is there, but the taste is different because people's bodies are different. So it's like it's this interesting kind of rediscovery of the physical taste, but it still connects with those emotions. So you're in a bit of a zone.
There is a mess being made in your car.
Yeah.
Because it is probably just like eating lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Really
And
concentrating on eating everything.
the the fingers of both hands just bright orange all over the face from the squeetos or whatever it is in this world. Cheese poofs. Yeah. What happens?
Oh, we keep going to the town limit. Slowly, once we get closer, just,
Not just a native flying out the back.
Yeah, I guess we'll call Kim and put her on speaker, I guess, so she can hear exactly when we start screaming.
You feel a pressure, a tug. And it grows. But it feels if you've ever been on one of those amusement park rides where, they crank you up really high and then drop you, that feeling of weightlessness, that feeling like your stomach is moving up in your body, it's kind of like that. And it gets to the point where it's almost like it's a tickle on the inside. It is like you're not quite sure what to do with it, and it starts to get a little intense, and you're having a hard time regulating Mia's body's breathing. And at just the point where you're thinking it's like something's got to snap, it just stabilizes. Like, it's not a pleasant sensation, but it's also not entirely unpleasant. It's not awful. You really have to concentrate because you can feel this pull behind you. Like you could out of me at any moment, but as long as you're in a safe setting, you're in a car, nothing really crazy is happening. You're able to maintain the control, and whatever that tension is doesn't seem to escalate beyond a certain point.
I am probably
You good?
describing this as
Yep.
yeah, it feels weird and bad, but like the same amount. But maybe I shouldn't have eaten so much because that's also really
Oh my god! If
messing
I need to
with.
pull over, you need to tell me.
I think
I'm
we're.
glad
I
I'm
think
not
we
there,
know like how
actually.
far. I
If you're
think
gonna
we
throw up,
know
throw
what's.
out of my car.
No, I'm good. I'm good. You should probably just turn around, though. I think this is what it's going to be.
You probably shouldn't have
Okay,
mixed
but-
chocolate snack cakes and dill pickles. You're realizing now?
Yeah. But
And Red
like,
Hots?
I haven't had
Just
all
not a
of those
good-
things. We needed all of them.
5
Mhm.
packets of Pop Rocks, maybe not great.
When that body hasn't had like actual sustenance in
Right.
Yeah, it's-
however long, and
Exactly.
you just fill it up with junk.
It has nothing to do with the spiritual bond to the person who murdered you. It's literally just Mia's body going into a sugar coma.
Mia's actually, it's like terrible motion sickness.
Right.
You didn't know this, but
Okay, but you're good.
I mean, I wouldn't say good, but it's there. I don't think I'd want to do that for very long. Yeah.
So the
Well, we
getting rid of
tried.
her thing is. Oh,
Uh,
unmute us.
whoa. Hang
The
on.
getting rid of her thing is off the table.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it still could be a different outcome where you could like get rid of her and then there would just be no connection.
Are you implying murdering somebody? Isn't that what got me into this situation to begin with? What if
Hang
you
on,
became
I
a
get
ghost
it.
and then there's two
Only
of us?
Fair.
I get crapped on every single day from you two because I murdered Ada. And now you're talking about murdering me? You hypocrites.
Okay, but you did it first.
So doing it second makes it okay?
It technically
And-
doesn't.
It does. It depends on the philosopher you follow. I think it's like Kant or no. Who is it? Somebody with where you have the bubble. Nah. Anyways, if you kill somebody else, you forfeit your bubble, and then you're allowed to be killed. So you can't proc somebody else's bubble.
Marcus.
Okay, but didn't you like kind
It's a whole
of
thing.
unintentionally lead to the death of a lot of people?
Yeah.
That wasn't on purpose. That doesn't count. and it wasn't my fault. You
Look,
purposely and very
I
deliberately
was
and
given
intentionally
poor instructions.
bagged and killed her for selfish reasons.
A little
I was given poor instructions.
It does not matter.
the phone, the connection fritzes for a second. There's a little and then you hear him. You were given extremely explicit instructions. You just didn't read them.
Well, you shouldn't have expected me to read.
I know.
English was my worst subject. That's why I was doing
We're
extra
all
credit.
learning, aren't we?
Yeah, now you know. Don't make me read things. Just tell me.
Okay, bye.
I really need to get a better deal.
Yeah, does he know
Anyways,
you tried to make a deal with the dragon thing? I feel like that's got to be a breach of contract, right? Is that not written in the contract?
I mean, it's like devils and demons and stuff. They stab like it's backstabbing. Like all the time. If you can get more power, you go for it.
About that, but all right.
Am I feeling better as we get closer to Kim's house?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. I resume eating snacks.
yeah. Well, but there's you're now determining that some of that feeling was indeed a combination of way too much sugar and mixing things that probably shouldn't be mixed on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
So
I'll wait until it does feel like I need to leave the car, and then I'll let Haven know.
Yeah.
See if we can get back to Kim's house before then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
But
doing
yeah.
that thing where you're like, I feel bad, but this was tasting good. Maybe this will settle it down. It does not.
Yeah.
So we're getting saltines.
So you feel your connection with Mia's body grow stronger and more stable again. And by the time you get back to Kim's house, you're starting to feel just the strain. Like it's not an effortless thing. And so there's a moment of the relief of that tension, that pulling makes you feel very much in control. But then it's almost like your energy starts to run low. And you can feel there's just more of a delay. Like when you reach to open the car door to get out, like you can see part of you trying to come out and reach for the handle. So you're starting to lose that synchronization. But you're very aware of that little spark within, especially as you start to weaken. It seems to strengthen.
She's stealing my spirit life force.
Huh?
That's probably not great.
We should probably have Mia clean out my car later.
You can instruct her on how to do that.
It's not hard to just take a vacuum.
You say that.
I think you're just poor at taking and giving instructions.
You are welcome to try.
I'm just concentrating on moving me and Mia back into the house.
Yeah.
You
And you
don't
make
have
it,
to stay
you
in
kind
her
of make it
body
into
now,
the
we
living
do the
room.
experiment.
Yeah, you make it into the living room as this conversation's happening. And then with one last step, you kind of step out of her body.
Whew.
And then she goes back to being slack.
Mia, you should go take a seat on the couch there.
Yeah, or a nap.
Don't give her instructions. It's got to be one or the other.
Take a seat
She goes on
the
the
couch.
Yeah, she sits
With
on the
both
couch.
feet on the floor. Yeah,
She sits on the
okay,
couch.
there you go.
Cool. Well, it kind of worked.
Yeah, not in a sustainable way, though.
No, I don't think I can be in there much more than our car trip took. What, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
I was a little bit longer than that.
Yeah.
Half hour for gas stop, driving out, driving back.
Yeah. You were probably in there a good hour or
Okay.
nearly
Yeah, we decided to leave Kim by herself for a little while.
to think about
Took her
what
time.
she's done.
She did not do
She
that.
did not. No.
She was thinking about other stuff.
Yeah, I've got all these great visions going on right now.
Cool.
So I'll probably try to relate, like, there's whatever's in there's like a little spark. There's some like energy, and I think it just doesn't have a lot. It's still recovering from death, or it's not connected all the way. It felt like it was getting stronger when I was getting weaker, but I don't know if that's because it was kicking me out for being inside of a living body, or if it was like taking some of my energy to make it stronger to begin with.
Well, do you feel okay?
Yes.
Yeah, you're a little exhausted.
Like, I'm tired, but like ghost tired.
Yeah,
But
like really having a hard time physically interacting with anything tired.
yeah, like tired, like, she says floating. Don't want to, touch anything, because it's hard for me to physically manifest in a more corporeal kind of way. But other than that, feel all right. It'll probably be fine after a day. So you want to engineer a breakup?
I mean, it might be for the best because, like, our parents are kind of getting a little more serious, and Dad keeps dropping hints, and like, it's not. It'd be really weird to still be dating if our parents are together, you know?
Okay, but are you gonna have a homecoming date?
I mean, I'm sure I can. We could just do the breakup at homecoming. I don't know.
Well, Ada's gonna be busy with her secret admirer.
I mean, I think it takes only like 5 minutes to break up with somebody?
Yeah, but you don't
If
want to be all
that.
exhausted.
5 minutes isn't very long.
Yeah, but we also have to do it discreetly.
I mean, it can wait until after, I guess.
Right.
Well, it occurs to you, Kim, that to break up with Mia, she has to be there. She isn't on the couch.
I mean, really, she kind of broke up with me.
No, I
Wait,
mean,
she isn't on the couch?
she is
Wait,
not.
like her
She is
body's
not.
gone?
She is not there. She is no
Oh,
longer.
no.
You just put her there.
Where'd she go?
You just put her there. Like, you closed and locked the door, because it's, it's not a big city or whatever, but like all this stuff, like the door has not opened, did not hear anything. You simply, like, as you're thinking about, well, should we do this way? You look over to where Mia is, and she's just not there at all. You can even see the indentation in the leather from where she was sitting. She is gone.
Ada, did you give her ghost powers and she like sunk through the floor?
She might have just went to go throw up because of all the junk Ada just ate.
Why would you do that?
I mean, she's still here, right? She's still in the.
I don't
in the
know. I
field.
guess we should go look for her and see where she is.
Sink into the floor to see if she sunk down into the floor.
Nope.
No. It's just an empty basement. Except for the murder room.
And a closet. 7 minutes in heaven.
Where?
The nexus of your trauma, just sitting there right below you. But Mia is not there.
Check the bathroom and stuff and whatever's nearby.
You look everywhere in the house. She is nowhere to be seen.
Check out by my car. Maybe she heard my joke about her cleaning my car.
So you leave the house. You look in your car.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, you look in the car. Not there. You turn around to go back to the house, and you see her standing on the roof.
Oh, okay. Guys, she's out here. Hey, don't jump.
Don't jump.
Hey, Mia. Sit down and back up a little.
How did she get on the roof?
So we see this tableau. It's it's not, Kim's big, modern monstrosity house it's a 2.5 story, so she's up really, really high. It's not like there's a way to climb up there. She's just up there, and she's standing on the edge in that very kind of placid, limp kind of marionette with the strings cut kind of stance. And then Kim, you say what?
Oh, God. Mia, get down from there.
She looks at you.
Positioning herself.
Well, she, for the second time, but the last time was different. That unfocused, wide-eyed stare looks in you and narrows. And like last time, it's vaguely threatening, but it's a very different undertone. And she steps off.
I try to catch her.
Yeah, keep her cool.
Oh no. 4 and 4. So 10.
You have 10 in cold too? You have
I have
2
2
in,
in cold.
2 in cold?
I took the
Okay.
stat. So I have 2 in cold, 2 in hot, -1 in volatile, -1 in dark.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on a second. Major Bane.
Yeah.
2 and 2.
Cool. As she plummets, you're supernaturally fast and supernaturally strong, so you get there. But it's almost as if she flickers and is momentarily translucent enough that she falls very slightly to an angle. It's like she glides a little bit. I mean, she's moving quite fast, so it's something that, like, you don't know if you just like missed or whatever, but for Ada and Kimberly, you see something happen and she hits the ground and it makes a very awful sound.
Not again.
I'm just going to be traumatized now. I'm in the house where I died and someone else just like fell off a roof. I think that's good enough.
She is not dead.
Yeah.
She's definitely going to need some medical
and your
attention.
heartbeat? Okay, I will pull out my phone and contact 911.
So it's one of those, cinematic things where, one of her legs is curled up underneath at the wrong angle. A little, aesthetic trickle of blood out of her mouth. And you see Ada, one of her arms that's kind of splayed out, reaches toward you. Ada.
I'm sorry I fed you so much junk food.
Ada. Weakly calling you.
Hold her hand or something.
And then I go out. I touch her hand, except my hand goes through.
Yeah. And she looks at you, and it's not exactly Mia, but there's definitely a presence there. And she observes you and then says, "You're more trapped than I am." And then she painfully rolls her head, looks over at Kim, and says, "We're breaking up."
Yes.
And then we fade back. To be continued.
Great. Cool.
Kim will not feel bad about anything.
No.
Kim feels no guilt ever. Did I do
Even
something
Ava
wrong?
is like, oh my
Yes.
god.
It's a learning experience. I mean, she was basically dead already.
We just said she had a little spark of something in there. She could have come back.
Well, a main character may have helped her heal, which may have given her the ability to use one of that main character's skin moves, like becoming insubstantial and going wherever you want. And for other reasons, I need Kim and Ada to take an experience point.
Ooh. Interesting.
Interesting.
All will be revealed. Cool. So yeah. Hey, well, you solved the Great Peanut Mystery, so that's
We did.
worth a
We
lot. That's the most
we
important
won.
thing.
We've all TTRPGs in the future have been won.
Yes, exactly. And no one fell in a hole.
We did it.
So, yay. Good job, everyone. Hey, why don't we do the thing where we let people know who we are and where they can see us? Let's start with SJ.
I am SJR sidekick. I do not stream. I mean, sometimes you can find me on the Juices television program, usually community night. And then back here, when's the next one again? 19th?
The 30th.
30th.
Oh,
Today's
today's
the
the
19th.
30th. Yes. The 30th. Yeah.
Cool. I'm Misha _less_than 3. I also don't stream. You can also find me on the Juices TV program sometimes, lurking at least, doing mod things. I'll also be here next on the 30th for the continuation of this. I believe there is a Fallout game on the 22nd, which is this Sunday, so you should check that out. Tough.
Hi, I'm 98 Tough Love, Tough Dwarf Torfleton, some other variety of nickname. I pretend I stream on Twitch. And I will also be here on the 30th for some reason, definitely unrelated to being a terrible person again. Yep.
Again, never stopped.
Hey, but now you're single.
Yeah, now I can't
Single
be
and ready to
terrible
mingle.
single.
Yeah, it's great. I wonder what the consequences to all that stuff is if you lose the thing that was your prize for. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's an entirely 100% positive thing for Kim.
Who knows? We'll
yeah.
find out.
It's not like it's not like you're avoiding all the consequences of your choices and actions and it's all going to hit you at once like a ton of bricks or anything like that. I mean, come on. Who would do that?
That would no.
Right? That would be crazy. Anyway, hey, yeah, I'm Zero Daily Michael, whatever. GM, DM, narrator, sometimes various different things, whatever the system requires. This has been our take on Monsterhearts. Mostly Monsterhearts 2, although I get the two confused, so sometimes I say the wrong thing. But anyway, it is a Powered by the Apocalypse game. It is a very different kind of mojo. It's, I would say, in some ways, not as complex, but in some ways a little bit more less for the awful sea-ish than like Masks-ish. But it's its own thing. Very well done. A good game. And yeah, you'll be seeing more of that whatever next week. And yeah, we'll be here this Sunday evening for the continuation of our Fallout game. Everything's going swimmingly for that crew. They have escaped the vault and just, had to murder a bunch of raiders to get out. And we'll see what happens as they explore the irradiated wasteland of Megasota. So that'll be fun. Yeah, we should say goodbye to our friends on the YouTubes and then come back and find someone to raid. So bye everyone on YouTube. See you soon.